The true nature of the paranormal can certainly be debated, but the human experience behind these encounters is unquestionably real. Our show is based on first-hand accounts, including an actual court transcript from the late 19th century. We invite you to step into these stories, experience history, and decide for yourself what it really means to be haunted. But first, a message from the Fringe Festival.
Hey everyone, this is Mike Marinaccio, festival producer of Orlando Fringe, and I'd like to welcome you to the 27th Annual Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival. We would like to thank our festival sponsors, Orlando Weekly, Mix 105.1, FM 1019 Radio, and 1059 Sunny FM. We'd also like to thank our grant sponsors, Orange County Arts and Cultural Affairs, the State of Florida's Division of Cultural Affairs, and United Arts of Central Florida. Please remember to silence all electronic devices, and please, no photography or videography. If you have to leave the theater for any reason during the show, there is no readmission. Orlando Fringe is a non-profit organization that gives 100% of ticket sales back to the artists. So please consider tipping the Fringe and supporting Fringe with your donations. Thank you for supporting independent performing arts. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Take me out tonight, where there's music and there's people and the young and the light. Driving in your car, I never want to go home, because I haven't got one anymore. Take me out tonight, because I want to see people and I want to see light. Driving in your car, oh please don't drop me home, because it's not my home, it's their home and I'm welcome no more. And if the double-decker bus crashes into
Hey, pardon me, waitress, Debbie from Des Moines, right? Another round for my young friend here.
No. Thank you. I'm all right.
Suit yourself.
Look, Frank, I think we should be hitting the hay. We've still got 6 hours of driving ahead of us.
Nonsense. You need to learn to loosen up if you're going to last on the road. I tell you, kid, you're strung up tighter than the piano.
Yeah, you mentioned that a couple of times already.
And I mean it.
Look, Frank, I've got a couple of young kids at home. You remember how it is? I love those little hellions to death, but they've got my poor wife outnumbered. I think we should really get an early start tomorrow.
Hey, I get it. You're an old-fashioned family man, but you need to learn to make your peace being away from home. It's part of the job. Believe you me, in time you'll learn to love it.
Crummy hotels, cheap restaurants, and government clients. What's not to love?
Oh, sure. It's not exactly glamorous, but it's honest work. What you need is a big win under your belt. It'll all start to click soon. You got the stuff.
Frank, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I'm cut out for it. The lifestyle, I mean.
Can I offer you some words of wisdom from a seasoned veteran?
Frank, I really need to head to bed.
You may not believe it, my friend, but success in sales is all about fear.
Check, please.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Check, please.
That's right, my friend. Sales is all about fear. The clients are feared you're going to take them for a ride and sell them some kind of crap they don't really need. And meanwhile, you're afeared they're going to tell you to take a hike and you won't hit your quota, and that's the fear that really counts in the end. Once they smell a lick of fear on you, it's game over, shop closed.
Wow. So there's that.
And that's why you see me Winning all those trips for 2 to the Ozarks. Frank Palmer shows no fear. Never have, never will.
Oh my. So, there's never been a time where the fear's gotten to you? The Lynn County meeting?
Are you kidding me? That was a cakewalk.
How about when you and Pam got married?
Profuse sweating maybe, but no fear.
How about back when you and Gertie got married?
Well, I mean, that bitch was a special case.
Well, Frank, you're a braver man than I am. There is plenty of stuff that keeps me up at night these days, so enjoy your night. Take care of yourself.
If I'm being totally honest, there was one time when I was truly terrified. Must have been about 20 years or so ago. I'd spent the night shooting the shit with the boys, so it was late when I was headed back to my place. I'm talking 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I jump in the old Camaro and hop on my usual route home. Somehow or other, I got crossed up and I ended up heading north over on Archer, over by that big-ass banquet place.
The Willow.
The Willowbrook, yeah,
Right,
that's it.
right.
The Willowbrook. So, I pulled over to the side of the road just to get my bearings, and God is my witness, son.
Is somebody out there? Jesus, Mary, Joseph! Oh, God! I'm crying out loud! You scared me half to death.
Sorry.
What in the hell are you doing out here anyways? You lost her or something? Someone coming to pick you up? Listen, I don't want to leave you out here in the middle of the night is all. How about I give you a lift home, huh? You live around here somewhere?
Yes.
All right then.
Wow. That's quite a story.
I know.
You almost had me going there for a second.
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have told you any of this. I ain't even told Pam this. I should have taken it to my grave with me.
Frank, either you're bullshitting me, or you're telling me that you're some kind of sex pervert who picks up strange women at night.
All right then, Debbie from Des Moines, we can use that check now.
No. Thank you. Please, Frank, I'm sorry. Finish your story. I'll buy you another old style.
Bartles and James?
All right.
And you'll believe me.
I mean, I'll try to believe you. So what the hell happened up there, Frank?
So, It's a nice gown you've got on there. You coming from a party, date or something?
Yes.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. Say, my wife, Gertie, and I, we met when we were right around your age. Finally got hitched last year. Boy, she's great. I'm telling you, just great. How about a little music, huh? Ding, ding. Oh, you like this granny music, huh? Well, in any case, it's nice to see you smiling. Say, I try to make a point to remember people's names. Well, I'm going into sales, and well, don't believe I caught yours. You do have a name, don't you?
Mary.
Okay. Mary. See, now we're getting somewhere. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mary.
Here.
Where in the heck are we? Are you sure that this is the place? I can't see a damn thing out there. At least let me walk you to the... What? Where'd you go? Hello? Mary?
I tell you, I can't explain any of it. What she was doing out there so late at night, why it even occurred to me to drive her home. It was like a dream. It was like I wasn't in control. But I swear to God, it was as real as you seem to me right now. It's as real as anything I've ever seen in my life.
Holy shit, Frank, I've never seen you like this.
And you want to know what the craziest part of it is? Of the whole thing, what it was?
What?
When I realized she was gone, I kept fumbling around inside the car looking for her, and it was only then that I realized where I was, where she had taken me.
What do you mean? Where?
That was the main entrance of Resurrection Cemetery. The cemetery, man.
Riders of the storm, riders of the storm, Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown, like a dog without a bone and packed around alone, riders on the storm. There's a killer on the road, his brain is squirming like a toad.
Hello? Anybody? Hello?
We're closed.
I'm not here for a pint. I called earlier about speaking with Carl Forsythe.
Like I said, lady, we're closed.
Well, the young man that I spoke to on the phone said Carl's employed here, and I could find him working the later shift, which is now.
Oh, he did he? Well, that depends. If you're with the IRS, then Carl Forsythe is lost at sea. And if you're anything else, then you're looking at him.
Well, I'm a writer, actually.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, lady, if you're on the hunt for old sailor's tales, then I suggest you look up Charles Wagner. He'd be more than happy to binge you here, I'm sure, but fair warning, it'll be dawn before he's done jabbering at you.
Yes, I've received that name several times. However, in my professional experience, the most enthusiastic source of information is usually the least reliable.
Well, you're not wrong there. Charles is prone to exaggeration, particularly when it comes to his love life.
Well, I found your name, and I noticed that unlike most of your crewmates, you get to share your experience on record. I came here, Carl, because I want to hear the story from you.
There's a reason people choose not to share things, you know?
And it'll only take a minute, but I promise. Just a minute.
Please, just leave me be. I've got nothing to say, and I've got a lot of work left to do.
Bye.
Door's on your way out.
Thanks for your time. You know what? No.
The hell do you mean, no?
And I'm sure you have your reasons for staying so quiet all these years, but I don't give a damn. You have a story that's worth telling. that means something to people. You have a responsibility to share it. Otherwise, I'll just die with you.
What'd you say your name is again?
I didn't. It's Julie.
Okay. Julie. You say you're a writer, but give me a straight answer. No bullshit. What's your angle with all this?
I'm sorry?
You said you wanted to talk to me, but why? Are you some kind of skeptic out to prove that this is all just a bunch of bunk?
I'm not interested in proving or disproving anything. I want to document these experiences. This folklore. I grew up hearing stories just like yours.
Just like mine, eh?
It's an important part of our culture that tends to get lost over the years.
And if you happen to sell a couple of books along the way, it wouldn't hurt either, right?
Oh, no. I've got bills to pay. Same as anyone.
Finally, an honest answer. You've got 5 minutes. This place doesn't clean itself, you know.
Interview, Carl Forsyth, Port Huron, Michigan, September 15th, 1963. Just tell me about that night on the Walter A. Hutchinson. The night the ship was sighted.
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific. I've seen plenty of ships in my time.
Come on, Carl. You'll be back to wiping out tables in no time.
All right. All right. The Bannockburn. This was just after the war. I was hired as a deckhand on the Walter A. Hutchinson. She was Canadian, shipping iron ore at the time. It was backbreaking work, but the pay was decent. I sure loved it. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah. Keep going. Just say what you can remember.
We were headed southeast out of Thunder Bay, towards the locks. We must have been half a day's out once night fell. Well, as things tend to get on that side of the lake, we ran into some serious weather. I tell you, it was the bitterest cold. More than anything, I remember the feeling in my hands, soaked to the bone. Locked up tight from the cold. I kept looking down at my fingers, wondering if I was going to lose them to frostbite. God, I still feel chills just thinking about it. In those conditions, all of our instruments were completely iced up. We knew we were close to the shore, but other than that, we were sailing blind. The ship was getting tossed around so much, and the seas were too rough to change course, so we stayed on course and prayed to God she didn't run aground. It was about that time we first caught sight of the Bannockburn. Of course, we didn't know at the time. She was barely visible in the distance. Just a shadow running parallel with our course. We made attempts to signal, but nothing in response, just cold darkness. They had me stationed on watch on the foredeck, on the port side towards the open sea. Charlie and most of the crew were on back, battling to keep everything tied down on the cargo hold. There was barely any light except what was coming on the bridge. There was one deck up, directly above me. There was chaos all around. This whole thing came together to make this sound. The giant crane clanging back and forth, the steel wires whistling through the gale, and every few seconds, a heavy beat as the waves crashed against our hull. We kept battling like this for hours, but the conditions refused to let up. And all the while, it was that faint outline of a ship gliding along like it was a cold summer's day. One minute you think it was gone, then you'd strain your eyes, and that gray haze would come back into view. I was starting to think that my mind was just playing tricks on me. That thing almost had me in a trance, trying to spot it, but then, out of nowhere, it changed. There was this bright red flash on the horizon, like a rocket. I had to shield my eyes, the thing was so damn bright. But then, I looked up, and there it was. Somehow, that ship had changed course and was steaming straight towards us. Not more than 100 yards between us. By this point, my lungs were on fire, but I was able to get out one loud cry. Incoming! Ship incoming! Ship incoming! By this point, the helmsman spotted it and brought the rudder over hard, bringing our bow around to the northeast. Our hull was creaking from the strain of it. A ship that large isn't designed to maneuver like that, but we didn't have a choice. At this point, all of us deckhands, we took bracing positions, waiting for the impact to come. Come on, boys! Hold on! Hold on! Hold on! And just when we expected the impact to come, there was nothing. Nothing at all. As it turns out, we were just in time. Somehow that ship had passed completely astern of us. Not more than a few yards between our hulls. You'd think we would have been cheering like mad, but it was dead silence. Nothing but the sound of the sea. It was when we finally got a good look at that other ship. It was unmistakable. Single funnel. 3 masts. And that name welded on the side. Bannockburn. We all just stood there frozen in our tracks as she passed by. Charlie disagreed, but I swore I saw some crew aboard. But they were just as still as we were. That moment felt like a lifetime. But it was all over quickly. soon as that ship completely passed us, it ran up against the shore. We had no idea how close we were to the rocks this entire time. The thing just ripped apart. But instead of the clash of metal you expect, it just disappeared into nothingness. Like it was made of air. It was then it finally dawned on me that I had seen the ship that had gone down in that very spot years ago. I tell you, if we hadn't suddenly changed course like that, it would have been us crashing against those rocks. We've been heading straight for them this entire time. It's the damnedest thing.
That was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, you bet.
Thank you for your time. Carl. What do you think you really saw out there?
You don't believe a word of it, do you?
I've heard hundreds of ghost stories, and there's always a more rational explanation. Fata Morgana. Optical illusion. Electrical phenomena. There's a long list of more likely suspects before the supernatural. Don't get me wrong. I'd like to believe it. There's a certain comfort that comes from it. Feeling that there's something more.
But you don't.
I believe your belief. That doesn't come from nowhere.
To be honest, I'm not sure what I saw up there. Just that I saw it. Things are simpler when you have two people living on dry land. Something's there, or it's not. It's all plain as day. Out of the water, though, the whole world's in motion. Everything just sort of blends together, whether you realize it or not. Maybe it's simpler than what most folks make it out to be. Maybe what I saw is the Banner. The ship itself. Not a ghost or a ship. But an echo of something that happened a long time ago.
Yeah. Maybe.
be no man's wife. I expect to live single all the days of my life. The shell in the ocean shall be mine.
I'll hang for sure. You gotta do something.
We have discussed this. You were to stay silent and let me do my job.
That woman has had it out for me since the day she first set eyes on me. You're supposed to be my defense, right? She defended.
Boy, don't you forget where all this started from. She is a less than reliable witness, and this court will soon know just that.
Insane is what she is.
The defense calls Mary Jane Heaster, mother of the deceased. Now then, this courtroom has heard a great deal of evidence today against the accused. But what they have not heard of is its, may I say, dubious origins. Mary Jane Heaster, I have heard that you had a dream or a vision that led to the post-mortem examination of your daughter. Is that correct?
It was no dream. My daughter came back to me and told me everything that happened. She said where I could look. Down back of Aunt Martha Jones's place. In the meadow, in a rocky place. I could look in a cellar behind some loose plank and see. It was a square log house and it was hewed up to the square. And she said where I could look right at the right-hand side of the door as you go in. Well, I saw the place. Just exactly as she told me. And I saw blood. Right where she told me. Her spirit visited me 4 times in 4 nights. But the second night, she told me that her neck was squeezed off at the first joint. It was just as she said. They found it all to be true when they checked her body.
Now, Miss Heaster, this sad affair has been very particularly impressed upon your mind. And was there not a moment during your waking hours that you did not dwell upon it?
No, sir, and there's not yet either.
And was this not a dream founded upon your distressed condition of mind?
No, sir, it was no dream, for I was as wide awake as I ever was.
Well, if not a dream or dreams, what do you call it?
I prayed to the Lord that she might come back and tell me what happened. I prayed that she might come herself and tell on her husband.
You think you actually saw her in flesh and blood?
Yes, sir. I do. Dress that she was killed in. And as she went to leave, she turned her head completely around and she looked at me like she wanted me to know all about it. And the very next time she came back to me,
I have plenty, Mama.
Now, Mrs. Easton. Now, Mrs. Heaster! Don't you know that these visions, as you term them or describe them, were nothing more or less than 4 dreams founded upon your distress?
No, sir. I don't know it. The Lord sent her to me to tell it. I was the only friend she knew she could tell, put any confidence in. I was the nearest one to her. He gave me a ring. He pretended she wanted me to have. But I don't know what poor dead woman he might have taken it off of. I wanted her own ring. And he would not let me have it!
Too much, old puppeted woman! Now, are you positively sure these were not 4 dreams?
Yes, sir. I do not dream. It was no dream. I do not dream when I'm wide awake, and I know I saw her right there with me.
And are you not considerably superstitious?
No, sir. I was never that way before, and I'm not now.
Do you believe in the scriptures?
Yes, sir. I have no reason not to believe it.
And do you believe the scriptures contain the word of God and His Son?
Yes, sir, I do. Don't you believe it?
Now, I would like, if I could, get you to say that these were 4 dreams and not 4 visions or appearances of your daughter in flesh and blood.
I'm not going to say that, for I'm not going to lie.
Then you insist you actually saw her in flesh and blood.
Yes, sir.
And did she not have any conversation with you other than upon the matter of her death?
Yes, sir. Just a few things. Some things I have forgotten. Just a few words. I just wanted the particulars of her death, and I got them.
And when she came to you, did you touch your daughter?
Yes, sir. I did. Got up on my elbows. I reached out a little further because I wanted to see if spirits came in their coffins. I sat up, leaned on my elbow. There was a light in the house. It was not a lamplight. I wanted to see if there was a coffin. There was not. She was just like she was when she left this world. It was just after I went to bed. And I wanted her to come talk to me. And she did. The last time she came to see me, she told me that she did everything she could do. And I'm satisfied that she did do all that too.
Don't let him walk, Mama.
Now
This was just before the inquest. And I told my neighbors. And they said her body was exactly as I told them she was.
I'm going to ask you one last time for this courtroom to say that these were poor dreams and not appearances of your daughter in flesh and blood. Do you honestly think that anybody here believes this story of yours?
They will, sir. For it is the honest truth. That man choked the life out of my daughter, but her spirit remains. No man, not you or anyone else, is going to keep me from finding justice for her.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Enjoy the rest of your Fringe. Go watch more shows.
This brings actually to the real quick.